The sun peeking through the trees at dawn as the woods come alive.
The sights and smells of fall as you walk to your tree stand.
The thunder of a turkey gobble.
The crunching of leaves as a deer approaches.
Finding the shed of a buck you've been chasing for years.
The mixed feelings we have after harvesting an animal.
This is hunting.
Not a gobble yet this morning. Dead silent. Mornings like this are tough, but it's turkey hunting. They can be hot one morning and the next morning they just shut up. It's been a week since I've been in here, so I don't know if they've gotten pressure either. So just have to hang tight here. Nothing this morning, but one of the things that you got to be careful of when you don't know where they're at, where they're roosting. In fact, Dave ran into that this year where he thought he knew where birds were roosting and they just weren't in the same place. And a lot of times they roost in the same areas, but not the same trees. When you don't hear them gobble, you got to start off calling really light, soft. You can spook a bird if you're too aggressive. I did a little calling this morning, right when it was getting light. I did a little bit of soft calling, and then a fly down sequence with just, you can use your hat. I used my hat, and that's it. And I've been sitting here waiting. You just don't know where they are, and if they're not talking, I can still come in quiet, so I'm gonna sit tight here probably for another half an hour. Well, definitely a slow morning this morning. I hit a spot that I was contemplating not going back to because it's really hard to pull birds from a private property to public, and I scouted this area, got on a gobbler the first day I scouted, came in here the first day I hunted, got on them again, several birds, couldn't get them to come over, and I still felt like this was my best odds this morning to do that, to get in there. Perfect temps this morning. It was, I think, 48 at sunrise, and not a peep. You know, it's just baffling sometimes how turkeys can gobble one day and then just completely shut up the next. Whether they have hens with them, you know, they're there. It's just a matter of what makes them gobble one day and not the other. I did sit tight for about an hour. I did a little bit of light calling, and they will come in silent a lot of the times, but you know, I also don't know how much this area got pressured in the last couple of weeks. It's been 2 weeks since I've been in here, and I was in here like the second day of the season, so this area gets hit pretty hard. It's public land. You know, that's the beauty of public land, is that it's free to hunt. You know, to pay for a lease, but then obviously the challenge is you have to share it with everyone else. So I'm going to pack up here. I'm going to head out to a different spot, do a little bit of walking today, see if I can strike a bird. And it's a beautiful day. Oh, checking out another spot I haven't been to yet this year. slow, but it can happen quick and they can come in silent. So I'm gonna sit here and hang out. It's a really cool spot. New one for me, so we'll see what happens. Well, I decided to make a move and actually got on the road and left the spot I was at and headed over to actually where I shot my my buck this year. It's an Army Corp property and it's around Lake Texoma. And there's Rios here, there's some Easterns, primarily Rios. And I was actually just talking to a buddy of mine this morning and he had been in here and they struck up a bunch of birds. So figured I'd just change the scenery, head over here. I was having a cup of coffee here and gonna head in, do some calling, walking around a little bit, just kind of doing a little bit of scouting too. I haven't been in here for turkey to scout at all. So do some scouting, spend a couple hours in here, and that'll probably be a wrap for my day. It's a different area for sure. I love pine forest. It's what I'm used to growing up through Pennsylvania. I just love getting into a good pine forest. Just gonna walk around in here and do some scouting, if nothing else. I have called a little bit, no response. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning, so you know, there's definitely times where you can strike up a bird late morning because you know they don't have a hen, they're looking for another hen or whatever, but they oftentimes will go back to where they're roosting too. This looks like a great roosting spot. Of course, I don't know that because this is the first time I've been in here. So, but you got to go into you got to go into places for the first time at some point to scout. So we can do a little bit of scouting and hunting combined, like probably the next hour. Then I'm probably going to wrap it up. Well, I'd taken a little bit of turkey break and did some deer scouting. As I was looking at some deer sign, a gobbler went off, probably about 150 yards from me, just one time. So I moved a little bit closer, probably cut about half the distance, did a little bit of light calling, and now I'm set up, so who knows? It's 12:10 right now. So hopefully he's a lonely gobbler looking for a hen. We'll see. Well, it's just about going to wrap it up for real this time. That bird never did gobble again, so I waited about an hour and nothing. So I'm going to head back out to the truck. It's been a great day weather-wise. Not much turkey action, but I did get to check out a new spot, which is always good. And I'll definitely be coming back here. Heard my first Rio turkey gobble this morning, so kind of cool. Might not be a big deal for many people, but for me it is. Hunting Easterns all my life and now getting a chance to chase a different species of turkey, pretty cool. So I probably have one hunt left next weekend, and that'll be the end of the season, and it'll be for Rios, probably back here with my friend John. Take care.